And we're live. Hey guys, how's it going? How the devil art thou? Thought I'd do an impromptu little stream. I was going to do it using Streamlabs, but that wasn't working out so well. So I jumped straight over to StreamYard because I need to do some inking. I've been penciling pages for Lady Satan earlier on in the week. I got a little bit more done than I anticipated. So I started penciling a print of Lady Satan that I think will become one of the perks on the Lady Satan campaign over on IndieGoGo when that goes live. So I thought, I better get started on inking that because I've already penciled it. And yeah, I thought, why not stream some of the inking and stuff? Why not? Why not? It doesn't hurt. So before I do get into that and explain a little bit more about this Lady Satan print, I do just want to remind everyone that there's a pre-launch campaign on IndieGoGo for Lady Satan, an angel in a killer's dress. There's a link in the chat as we speak. There should be a link in the description box down below, unless I've messed things up, which is a possibility. So if there isn't, I'll add it a bit later. And I just want to say hello very quickly to Hans here. Hello, dude. Hello, Hans. How the devil art thou, good sir? I hope you enjoy this stream. I better show you what I'm working on. Here we go. So I've got this up in Clip Studio Paint. Hey, Russ. How the devil art thou, good sir? Good old Russ, aka Comic Book Black Belt, is in the chat with us. Fucking awesome. Thank you very much for being here, man. So yeah, as I was saying, I penciled this print because I was thinking of like different like perks for the upcoming campaign of Lady Satan, and I thought it'd be really cool to do a print where there's two versions of the same print, a safe for work version, which is what you're looking at on the screen right now, and a not safe for work version. So there is another version of this print that I'm about to ink. I'm gonna have to print both versions separately, so I'm just inking the safe for work version on here, but yeah, I'm liking where it's going. I'll zoom in a little bit more so you can see a bit more of the detail. I've penciled this using a 3-pixel brush for every single line, so I'll be adding a bit more line weight to this as it goes on. So yeah, this is the safe for work version. I'm not going to show you the not safe for work version, or as I like to call it, the perv print. Nice, because there's bound to be someone out there that's like, you know what, I want something a bit more risque. Oh, if that's what you're looking for, you're gonna get it. So yeah, I'm just gonna get started with this. Bring down the opacity of that for a second. Make sure I've got the right tool. The amount of times I start to ink and I'm like, why is this looking weird? And then I realize like I've got a weird pencil selected or whatever, and that brush is already way too big for me. Like I said, I used a 3-point pencil to ink this, so that's a pencil that size. So I'm going to need something a bit bigger than that. That's a 5-pixel brush. Let's see what the 7's like. I think the 7 could be a bit too much. I'm going to stick with the 5 for now. Just see how it goes. You'll have to forgive me if I start getting quiet, because normally once I start inking something, I just kind of get lost in it. I get zoned out, so you may not hear much from me, but that's all right. And I'm only doing this for like about an hour or so, because I've got a stream later over on Robert Geronimo's channel where I'm going to be talking a bit more about Lady Satan. So I can't spend too much time streaming this, but don't worry, I'm going to try and even if it's in several parts, I'm going to try and stream the whole of the inking process for this particular print. I'm going to add a background to it later. Like normally with something like this for Lady Satan, my instinct is I'll go for like a pentagram background. But I was thinking with this one, I might do like a lot of blood spatter instead. And I'm doing something that quite a few people say is a no-no, But I don't care. And that's I've zoomed in up real close. A part of that is because I'm using my 13-inch Wacom, and I was just getting used to using my 22-inch Wacom. If I was using that, then I probably wouldn't zoom in as much. And I should really remember to use things like hotkeys and stuff. But hey, you live and you learn. So how is everyone doing today? Who's in lockdown? Me. So you have to remind myself to take things slow when I do things like the eyelashes. Otherwise, I don't know. When I do it too fast, I just feel that something's lost from it. But yeah, a lot of the other lines that I'll be inking, I'll probably move a bit quicker. Let's zoom out a bit more there. Nice. I'm going to try and keep these lines fairly thin for now. I'm going to add a bit more weight to them later. I'm going to try, once I've got like the line work done, I'm probably going to try like a couple of different rendering tricks that I've kind of like picked up on recently that I've been eager to use on something. So this might just be it. Okay. How's that looking? Not bad. Not bad. So what's everyone been up to? Oh, I need to redo that line. That did not work out as well as I would have hoped. There we go. That's better. Let me just fill in a little bit of this black and then I'll see what you guys are saying in the chat. Maybe on one of these streams I'll show you some inking of like a couple of the pages for the book. Because when I was starting the book, I was kind of like doing like, I would sit down, I'd rough a page, I'd then pencil the page, I'd then ink the page, I'd then move on to the next page. Now that I've got the pre-launch campaign and everything up, I'm starting to pencil one page, then pencil the next page, then pencil the next page, and so on, just to help speed things up a bit. Especially as when it comes to inking, like I said, I can get quite quite lost in it, and then I'll blink and like most of the day's gone by. Sometimes it ends with like a finished piece being inked, and other times it ends with me going, shit, I've still got half of this to do. Right, let's see what you guys are saying in the old chat. So we've had Russ, and we've got, okay, you're gonna have to forgive me if I can't pronounce your name correctly. I am bad with names anyway. Shreyas. Hey Shreyas, how we doing? We've also got Newland Media. Howdy, good to see you and seeing you actually doing some inks fun times. Thank you very much, Newland Media. And we've also got Shreyas again, who says, I don't know from when I was subscribed. I don't know, but I'm glad that you are, and I'm glad that you're here. I hope you're enjoying it. We got Mr. Peter Palmiati. How the devil art thou, good sir? I to see you too. Or I see you. Yeah, hey, I like where you're going with that. And Shreya says, I got into drawing. We got quite a bit of in chat going on there. So that's cool. Thank you guys for joining. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And anyone who watches on the replay, I hope you enjoy it too. So I'm going to crack on once again. Like I said, I probably shouldn't be zooming in this close. It's a bad habit of mine. Bad habits die hard. And I tend to zoom out a bit more when it comes to like working on the torso and stuff. So like I said, I'd zoom out a bit more if I was using my 22-inch Wacom, but I haven't had a chance to set that up here at home yet. I'm used to using that at my studio, the studio that I haven't been at for a little while because of this whole COVID bullshit. Never fear, I'll go back there again one day soon. This is another bad habit of mine. I never used to do this, but like doing these little lines like that for the eyebrows. It's better to do it like a solid shape or whatever. But hey ho, started doing it at some point, and I'm still doing it now. Okay. Let me just zoom out a bit more. There we go. Okay, let's get back in there. We need to do the other eye now. I always seem to start with the eyes when I'm inking a character. Very rarely do I start anywhere else. The other day I was inking a character, and for some reason I started on the ears. Don't know why. don't like that. That's better. It's my pressure sensitivity. No, that's still all right. Because I get that sometimes when all of a sudden pressure sensitivity will just stop, and it doesn't matter how light you press, you just get this thick line like that, and I have to restart Clip Studio Paint. It doesn't happen too often, but it does happen. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Okay, now I think I'm going to start using a thicker brush. Okay, that's what we got so far. So I'm going to check out the chat, see what you guys are saying. Are you still just chatting amongst yourselves? That's cool. That's cool. I'll keep going. Ooh. No, 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 no. That was not nice. I'm also flipping the canvas a lot more than I normally do. And I know exactly why I'm doing that. It's because of the microphone. I don't want to hit the microphone. Ooh. The bit that normally takes the longest when it comes to Lucille's face is the goggles. I should have designed not so intricate goggles for her to wear, or done something else instead of goggles, but no. That would be making life easy. Why do I want to do that for myself? Of course, when I first drew her with those goggles, I thought, like, yeah, that's bitching, that's badass. Not thinking how many pages they would appear on. Not just how many pages, but how many panels they will appear on. So, I mean, there's a reason why characters like Deadpool have like the whole bodysuit and stuff, because it just saves a bit of time when it comes to drawing, especially when you got to draw them over and over and over again. Let's just, there we go. I kind of want to fix the nose a little bit, but if I do, I'll do that later. We're going to be getting to those goggles soon. Not looking forward to that too much because, like I said, they take a long, long time. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. Let me see. Where did we leave off? Hey, Bree, how the devil art thou, Bree? Glad to see you here. What's going on here then? A look behind the scenes. How exciting! It certainly is a little look behind the scenes. I don't do that enough. I think it's because like where I live, I tend to spend a lot of time inside, hidden away from the outside where there are people, because I'm not a big fan of people. I'm quite a private person anyway, so I'm not used to like sharing a lot of things. So yeah, I need to kind of get used to doing that a bit more. New to media says, good to see you all. I'm still working from home through the holidays. Oh man, yeah, I'm working from home at the moment. I can't use my studio above the pub. I miss it. I do miss it. I also miss being able to go for a haircut, but hey, these things will change at the end of the day. Peter says, doing well. Inking a tribute piece to Eddie Van Halen currently. What are you peeps up? Oh man, Eddie Van Halen. Such a shame that we lost that guy. Let me see. Also need to finish my hello. Hello. I like what this is saying. Bree says, also need to finish my surprise for Lucifer and Rust before the 15th. Yes, because the 15th is coming very soon. I'm looking forward to this surprise. I'm looking forward to having you on the show as well, Bree. Right, I'm gonna carry on. So I will come back to check the chat soon, but I just want to get a bit more done. I'm not even sure how long I've been doing this for at this point, but that's okay. That's okay. And yeah, when I'm penciling digitally, because there have been like some pages and pieces that I've done traditionally. But when I'm penciling digitally, especially on the filters of her mask, I do get this close, if not a bit closer, when I work on this part. Once again, it's another design choice that at the time of making it, I thought, oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, dope. And then you realize how many times you have to draw it, and you're like, shit, what have I done? I am a glutton for punishment sometimes. And I just want to remind everyone there's a pre-launch campaign on IndieGoGo for Lady Satan. If you haven't signed up, please do. Please do. There is a link in the description box down below. There is a link at the top of the chat. And this is the thing, that even if you're not thinking of backing the book, it costs you nothing to sign that pre-launch campaign. Just to quickly enter your email address. And if you change your mind and you do go on to back the book and you signed up to the pre-launch, you'll get a free sticker as well as the other perks that you back. And if we reach funding and go into stretch goals, then there's going to be several other little goodies that you'll get for free. It doesn't hurt. It just takes a few seconds of your time. Okay. Okay, getting there slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. Right, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Oh, it looks like someone else has joined us, and that is good old Stinch Whackbacker. Stinch, how the devil art thou? Good sir. Let me see. Hans says some ambient sound or ambient music would be nice in the background. Yeah, I totally get that, man. I totally get that. When I'm inking, I normally have some sort of music on in the background, but I can't play half the stuff that I would normally be playing because I'll get the copyright strike, and this stream would then end very abruptly, and I don't really want that. But maybe it's something that I can work on, like in the future or something. Maybe I could find like some royalty-free stuff that I can play in the background whilst I'm doing these live. Or dramatic epic music. As Peter Palmiati's pointed out. Yeah, let's put it this way. What I normally listen to whilst this is going on does not fall into either of those categories. Normally, I have a playlist. It's only like about 10, 12 tracks on it. That I call my Lady Satan playlist, because it's stuff that it's certain tracks that if there was ever a movie, which I doubt there ever would be because I wouldn't fucking allow it to start off with, I could imagine these tracks being the soundtrack to the movie or being used in a movie trailer for a story like this. And I don't know what it is about them, but when I play them, I tend to if I'm like in a mood where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do shit today. I just I just want like a day off or whatever. I can put that music on, and all of a sudden I'll be like, right, come on, let's fucking go. I need to work on this book. There's something about it. It's kind of like a Pavlovian response. That playlist starts playing, and I'm like, yes, let's fucking do this. And that includes stuff like Machine Head is on there. You got Lamb of God. You've got IMX on there. You got Nine Inch Nails on there. You've got Wage War. You've got the band Hurt. There's a song of theirs on there. You got some Pig Destroyer on there, Refused, Boy Sets Fire. Lots of like some of it is mellow stuff, like more somber stuff, but there's quite a lot of heavy stuff in there. And if I'm not listening to that, I'm either listening to, at the moment, I really like the self-titled album by Nothing More. Really fucking enjoy that album. It's one of those albums I can't help but listen to it from beginning to end. I can't just pick the odd song here and there. It has to be beginning to end. I either listen to that, Prowler in the Yard by Pig Destroyer, Satan, Sex and No Regrets by Harley Poe, or Volume 1 by Amigo the Devil. Those are pretty much the ones that are like constantly on my playlist at the moment. Let me see what you guys are doing. What you guys are saying, sorry. Stinch Backpacker says it's okay to jump as Halen instructs you to. Just don't do it off a bridge. Yes, I second that motion. Hans says, yeah, something everybody could listen to. Yeah. I mean, that's something that I'm sure that I can sort out for like when I'm next streaming this. Bree says, I listen to Two Steps from Hell when I write. 'Tis pretty epic. I know that name. Why do I know that name? Two Steps from Hell. Someone else mentioned Two Steps from Hell to me not so long ago, so I'm gonna have to check that out. And Stinch says, how dare you not playing Spring in My Step? And Bree says, music with lyrics distract me. I always do more karaoke than writing when those are on, even if they are in a language I don't speak. Yeah, I completely understand that. Like when I'm writing or when I'm penciling, especially when I'm writing, I can't listen to music with lyrics in. I generally, when I write, I like it to be as peaceful as possible. A lot of the time, like I'll go outside because, as some of you know, like in my garden, I have wild foxes in there that I look after. So sometimes I go sit in the garden, just let them do their thing, and I can just write there. Or normally, when there isn't a pandemic, I would go for like a really long walk and take a notebook with me and just do some of the writing there and stuff like that. But when I'm penciling, I don't mind there being music as long as there's no lyrics in it. Otherwise, I get distracted. But when it comes to inking, yeah, I'll put any sort of music on. If I had a television or something in front of me, I would put a movie on or something, or I'll have a podcast on whilst I'm inking. Let me see what you guys are saying. I will get your name right eventually, don't worry. Yernesh, Yernesh. Thank you very much for joining us, by the way. Instrumental music when working. Yeah, completely agree. Instrumental music all the way. Peter Palmiati says, I love some techno or electric dance. Gets me pumped while I work. Yeah, well, like, I can understand that. I appreciate that. Because this is the thing, like, yeah, sure. I really dig, like, my metal. I really dig murder folk, but I will listen to anything and everything. It's not uncommon for me to start a Sunday morning with some Mozart or some Beethoven or whatever, as pretentious as that sounds. And then it moves on to like other stuff as well. And I like really weird genres of music. I like discovering like those little bands and stuff that people would not believe exist if you explained it to them. Like during the lockdown, I was speaking to a friend of mine and we were talking about bands we liked. And I was like, dude, have you heard of K9us? And they were like, no. And I was like, it's a band with two singers, Budgie and Basil. Now, those are weird names for singers. And that's because the singers are Rottweilers. They're not humans. And they were like, yeah, whatever, fuck off. That isn't real. And then they looked it up and they were like, oh shit, that is real. But I've been listening to an album lately, like when I'm coming up with like ideas for stories and stuff, because I have been thinking a little bit of like, what book am I going to work on after this book is finished? Especially as a lot of people have been asking, and when they've been asking, I've been like, I don't know. Actually, I've been enjoying this kind of thing. So I've been thinking about a possible book or story that I can work on after this book is finished, before I move on to like a second Lady Satan book. And if I move on to a second Lady Satan book, because that kind of depends on how the crowdfunding campaign goes. Like if it doesn't get funded, there ain't going to be a fucking second book. You just have to accept those sort of things. But I've been listening to this album whilst I've been developing this story featuring a different character of mine. And this album's called Everywhere at the End of Time. And it's by a guy called The Caretaker. It's 6.5 hours long. Okay. And the reason it's 6.5 hours long is because technically you've got one album that plays 6 times, but it's slightly different each time because it's a musical interpretation of what it's like for someone to have dementia. And it goes through all the different stages of dementia. And it is such a haunting album. It is one hell of an experience, but it's not one of those ones where like you can listen to a bit here and then listen to a bit there. No, you have to start at the beginning and let it play all the way through without any interruptions or distractions. Just do your thing, do your inking or whatever. And fuck me, by the end of it, you will be having an existential crisis of some sort. It's an absolutely incredible album. But wow, it's an experience by all means. Let's I'm hitting the mic already. Let's see what you guys are saying. Stinch says, check out Crypto Order for profit and pleasure. That's something that sounds very familiar. Very familiar. Bree says, I can't pronounce the name of that band, but you can see it on screen. It's an awesome band. They mix pagan folk with metal and have 3 different kinds of vocalists. On paper, it should be chaos. In practice, it is glorious. That sounds fucking fantastic. I am so going to check that out when I learn how to pronounce their name, which I will do eventually. I will definitely check them out a wee bit later. And Brie also says, discovered them when they played live on an outdoor event I was selling books at and have been a fan ever since. Awesome, absolutely awesome. I miss going to gigs and stuff. Like my friend's band Esoterica, like some of you guys may have heard of them because they've had a few albums out. At one point they changed their name to ESO and then they changed it back to Esoterica. They've been on tour with people like Marilyn Manson and stuff like that over in the States stuff. So you may have heard of them, you may not have. Like they were meant to do like a gig to launch their new album, and it's in my hometown. I was like, shit, I haven't seen Toby in ages. Like, I'd really like to go to that. And I knew a few people that would dig what they do. And then, of course, COVID hits. Stinch says, Lucifer Storm, part 5 and 6 killed my head in tears. Yeah, I know, right? It is a fucking insane album. Like, there's no way you listen that 6.5 hours and come out of it not changed. You know, it is an experience. But I like art that does that. Sorry, you know what? I'll just go full screen for a second. I like art that does that. There's a saying of art should disturb the comforted and comfort the disturbed, and I am a huge believer in that. You know, it's okay to like have some of the more commercial like kind of art out there and stuff. We all enjoy that, you know, we all have a good time with that kind of stuff. But there is something special about art that really pushes the boundaries, that isn't scared to be that little bit dangerous, and to really explore those places that a lot of us are like, I don't want to go down there because I'll come out of it not feeling great. And it's like, sometimes you need that experience to like it's so hard to explain, but I'm sure most of you guys get what I'm trying to say. Like, there's just something about that kind of art, whether it be in film, whether it be in comics, whether it be in music. I gravitate to that kind of stuff. That stuff that isn't afraid to go, look, you're going to experience something here. It's not necessarily going to be a pleasant experience, but you're going to be glad that you had that experience, and it's a safe experience because it's art. But what the art is showing you isn't necessarily safe, if that makes sense. So anyway, I'm going to get back to some inking, because I would at least like to get the head of this print done before I leave you guys. I mean, what time are we on? Oh, it's only 3:15. I've got a bit more time. Like I said, I'm on Robert Geronimo's channel a wee bit later on today for a live stream, so you know I don't want to be late for that. Hans says Bo Hansen, Lord of the Ring album. Cool. And that's one I like this. Lots of suggestions of stuff that I haven't heard of before. So I'm gonna have to take notes of this stuff and check it out. And Stinch says consumers of art need a hero's journey of their own with the help of said art. That's beautiful, man. Because that's so fucking true. Art, to me, art should be a journey. I hope people get that experience with Lady Satan. I really do. But then again, like, I've always planned Lady Satan to be 5 books, and that each book is kind of like a standalone story. So even if funding, like, if this doesn't get fully funded on IndieGoGo when the campaign goes live, then you know, this one book will still be made. I'll still get it out there some way, somehow, some way. There just won't be a second book, but it will still be one self-contained story that could go further if things change. So anyway, like I said, I better get on with this. Let's at least get the filters of her mask finished. But yeah, guys, you recommend some more music, because like I said, you know, like I'll listen to almost anything. I mean, I do have my limits, obviously. Like, if you're going to suggest that I should listen to Barbie Girl by Aqua, then I'm going to say some things that will upset you, because that ain't for me. This is where someone now turns around and goes, what do you mean? That's my favorite fucking song. How dare you, you asshole. Probably wouldn't be the first time that's happened. I just wasn't sober enough to remember it the last time. But yes. Yeah, you guys got any music suggestions? You let me know. Any genre, I'm very much up for it. Oh God, what was the band that I started listening to the other day? Poor Man's Poison. It's a murder folk-ish band, but it sounds too well. Like, the songs are amazing, but it's too well produced and recorded. And like, I like it when a genre like murder folk, like, it can be well produced, well recorded even. It's always good when I trip over my words, but I like it when it's there's just something, there's like a raw quality to it. Like, it isn't too clean and too polished, whereas this this Poor Man's Poison album that I was listening to, it was really well polished. It was almost as if Imagine Dragons were like, oh, let's give this Murderfolk thing a try. But yeah, that Caretaker album, you want to be in a good frame of mind when you start that journey. It's insane, absolutely insane. I loved it. In fact, I should have pulled up my players so I could have been like, oh yeah, I've also been listening to that and that, because I know there's something else that I'm missing. Whew. Right, we've now got the filters to a mask done. That's great. Now, now it's the goggles. You know what? I'll do a bit of her goggles. You know, I'll quickly see what you guys are saying in the chat, and then we'll wrap it up for the day. Just to remind you guys, once this live stream ends, I'm not going to do any more inking to this print. I'm going to wait until I can live stream again. That's not going to be tomorrow. I can tell you that much. I've got Is It Just Us with Russ on Sunday, so it probably won't be Sunday. So probably Monday is when I'll continue the inking of this piece. But Mondays I like to get back into like penciling pages. So I'll probably like pencil a page or two first, and then stream the rest of the inking for this print. And like I said, there's going to be two versions of this print. This is the safe for work print. The other print is not safe for work, or as I like to call it, the perv print. Maybe that's what I should call the perk on the campaign when it comes to the not safe for work version. Call it the perv perk. Like, I don't mean that in like a derogative manner, because I will be honest with you right now. If I was a punter and I came across it, I'd be like, fuck it, yeah, I'll go for the perv perk. The perv perk. Maybe I shouldn't call it that, because I can't even say it half the fucking time. I don't know what made me come up with it. I think it's because like I'm looking at like other people's crowdfunding campaigns, like Wally's campaign for like Ilsa Dark, which was amazing, funded in like 42 minutes, 45 minutes, like absolutely incredible. He did this thing where there was like for 24 hours, the first 24 hours of the campaign, there was a variant cover that featured one of his other characters, the Tatty Bogle Man. And it just worked for his campaign. Like Commie Mark, when he did the Adventures of Kim Il Sung and Best Korea, he had a burn the book perk. And like there was something about that. I was like, that really worked for that book. You wouldn't be able to do it for any other book. So I kind of wanted something like that to do with the Lady Satan campaign. And my first thought was this print. Like do a variation. Do a print where there's two versions, sorry. One is safe for work and one isn't. It just seems right for like an outlaw comic book. Although the other one, the other idea that I came up with, that I've been speaking to a couple of people about it. I spoke to the rabbi about it, and he was like, "Oh my god, that's a fucking amazing idea." Is I was thinking with the book, I was thinking about shipping, like the the packaging and everything. I thought, yeah, I could get like a mailbox or whatever, and just use normal packing tape or whatever when it comes to sending the books out. Or imagine this: you've backed the campaign, you're going to get the book, you're not worrying about it too much. There's going to be like a month or two since the campaign ended before you get the book. It kind of slips your mind a little bit, and I only say that because I've had that a couple of times with some of the campaigns that I've done where I've forgotten that I've backed them until the book has turned up. Even with like a book like Cyberfrog, I forgot that I had backed it until my copy of it turned up, and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I forgot that I backed that." So imagine that you've backed it, but you've kind of forgotten about it, and then there's a ring at the doorbell, and it's either the mailman or the delivery guy or whatever. So you answer the doorbell, and he's just holding a black box with a pentagram sticker on it. It's addressed to you, and it's sealed with crime scene tape. That's just the beginning. That's just the beginning of this idea. So you take it inside and you're like, okay, what the fuck's this? You cut the crime scene tape, you open it up, and there's like black tissue paper or whatever. You unfold that, and then there's a police evidence bag, a large police evidence bag. And you're like, what the fuck's this? You open the bag, and inside is your copy of Lady Satan. I really like that idea. Whether I can pull that idea off or not, I have no fucking idea. But I'm already looking into it. I'm already looking into it. Like, if it's something that would make people's postage like go up a stupid amount, I won't do it. I won't do it. I don't want it to negatively affect the cost of the postage for the book for whoever orders it. At the moment, I don't think it would affect the postage, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Things can change. Oh, there's something about that line that I don't like. Going back a bit, and I'm going to redo those lines. I think I'm going to use a smaller brush. Like I said, I mean, I penciled this with a fairly small brush anyway, so I'll probably do. Don't know what it is. I just feel that I've got more control when I use like a smaller brush. Like I said, I penciled this using a 3-pixel brush for every single line. I didn't use a variation or anything. And I'm quite happy working like that when it comes to the pencils. When it's the inks, I do need to change the size of the brush every now and then. But parts like this, I'd rather stick to a similar sized brush. Okay, I'm preferring that now. I've also got to. So I'm just thinking out loud. I do that sometimes because I was just thinking, okay, so if I do more inking of this live on Monday, and I was thinking, shit, hold on, I've still got like the second part of that writing video to do. If you haven't checked out, I've done like the first part of a writing video explaining like, or giving like a basic explanation at least of structure when it comes to writing comics. So I need to do the second part of that, which will probably be a slightly longer video than the first part, because I think I may have bitten off a bit more than I can chew. But I've got like quite a few how to write comics videos lined up. I've been eager to do this for quite a while. I really want to do one on character arcs. That could be quite a long series of videos. Like I was trying to figure out the other day, and I thought, well, there's gonna at minimum, if I do character arcs, that'll be at least 8 videos. At minimum. 8 videos to like really get into like character arcs. And even then, I don't think I will be able to cover everything, but I'll be able to give you like the basic knowledge of it. So look, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to zoom around a bit more. So let's bring up the pencils. So there you go. This is how the print's looking at the moment. Like I said, I'm not showing you the not safe for work print because YouTube really won't like it. Normally, I don't give a shit about whether YouTube will like it or not. So maybe on a later stream, I'll show it off. But I also want to keep like some stuff for this crowdfunding campaign a surprise. I don't want to show you guys fucking everything. That would just be boring. So yeah, I'm going to bring down the opacity of the pencils a bit more. No, I'll keep them up a bit. We'll zoom in a bit. So yeah, so this is how she's looking so far. Cool. I'm looking forward to getting a bit more of this inked, but like I said, that probably won't be till after the weekend. And when I come back to it, I'll be going live. So I hope to see some of you guys again for that one. Before I go, let's take a look in the chat, see what you guys are saying. Okay. There's been quite a bit of a chat going on here, which is cool. But yeah, wow, I don't know where to start. Yeah, you know what? You guys can see it in the chat better than I. I'm going to go through the chat a bit later and really enjoy the conversation you guys have been having and stuff. Anyway, like I said, thank you guys for joining me for this kind of like little impromptu stream and everything. If you haven't already, I'm going to say it again. You guys are going to get sick of me saying this because I will, at every given opportunity, I will say this. There's a pre-launch campaign for Lady Satan, an angel in a killer's dress. The link is in the description box down below. It is also at the top of the chat. Takes a few seconds to sign up. It doesn't cost you anything. So, you know, and if you do go on to back the book when the campaign goes live, because you've signed up for the pre-launch thing, you'll get a free Lady Satan sticker. Maybe you'll get some other goodies as well. We'll just see how it goes. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. Thank you all for joining in. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Most importantly,